Oh, I like that weird little lake. Do I like that? Yeah, kind of. workday, Cyber? I'm sorry, that's probably not very descriptive. On work days, I don't leave the house. I very rarely leave my room. On work days, it's just a lot of like scoring and writing, so I usually don't like get dressed to sit around my room. So I've likely been in my room since you saw me last, Cyber. I've gone out into the living room for a minute. I wish there is actually there is a way that I can engineer that, but you can wait until after this weird rendition of Into Thin Air. I'm doing okay, Cyber. Thanks for your concern, though. What are you talking about, Leanna? Whoops. That's Into Thin Air. Wow, that really doesn't sustain for very long. Yeah, I do have to go down for that. I shouldn't have to. It's that note. Interesting. come? You know? You probably said, and the reason I just didn't get to it yet. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I didn't know you had family in Florida. No? I was so close. I haven't played that song in a very long time, though. Months, months, months. Many months. Um, what Half-Life game? The Half-Life game? Are you talking about Half-Life? Oh, VR Half-Life. Or why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this to us? They know what we want. You know what I want. And it's not that. Oculus demo. Oh, well, that makes more sense. But why Half-Life? Why? phone's getting hot. Hmm. If my phone's getting hot, I can turn the final 30 minutes into a production stream. Maybe this is a forced change. Maybe this is how this stream is supposed to go. When my phone gets hot, it means I have to go do a production stream. I threw away a lot of stuff yesterday, guys. I know none of you guys care, but that was very good for me. I try to throw away at least one garbage bag full of stuff a month so that I don't become a hoarder. No offense if you're a hoarder. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure you're having a great time. It's just not for me. Where are we going? That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. For those of you that don't know what production is or what a producer is, somebody that makes things. In my case, it's me. And so when somebody sees me play a song in a stream and they say, you need to release this, a lot of the times when people are saying that, they don't actually know what it means to release something. They don't know what the steps are between playing something and something being on Spotify. It's a process. It's a very involved process called production. Production is kind of like an all-encompassing thing for like producing something, writing something, arranging something, performing something, recording something, mixing something, mastering something. It all falls under the umbrella of production. Oh, the part in stories that would be deleted? I think I might have already deleted it, Isadora. I think you might have missed it. I think it might be too late. You might be too late. I think it's dead. Oh no. It's probably for the best though, Isadora. I make so many things like that. I just can't keep them all on my computer, and I'm never gonna release them. I'm trying to be a little bit more picky about my releases. Eh. I've got what, like 200 and something songs out. I feel like I can't just release every little boo-boo idea I make anymore. Not anymore. So we're gonna do a quick production daily dad. How can I angle this one? Oh, I can't. You're just gonna have to take my word for it that this is all really happening, even if you can't see the screen. I apologize. But there's nothing I can do. I'll get there. Give me 1 second. Bongo beat. I really gotta name these tracks cooler things. It's impossible to find anything with my current naming conventions. I'll never forget it, says Isadora. Aw. Isadora, how many songs have we seen die, you and me? We've seen a lot of songs die, yes? Remember Clover Salad? Whatever happened to Clover Salad? This, Alright. This is a beat that I made like a while ago. It's actually on my Twitter account right now, under the name Pershing. Oh, you know what? I don't need a beat. I just realized I don't need a beat. Oh my god, Omni, you're right. Screw beats. Hold on. All I need is a piano. Hold on, let me... Oh wait, but I could... I'll do it to a metronome at least. Just give me a second. Ooh, hold on.
Okay, alright, I found my four chords. Okay, what a way to start a morning. Oh, where's my metronome, baby? I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. That should be good enough. Stop. Ba-do-da-do. And now we're going to dub over that with some bass lines, hopefully. Okay, alright, alright. Can I go down to that? Do-do. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, okay. Where's my metronome, baby, back? I haven't eaten anything yet this morning. And for some reason, I'm not hungry. Usually, I'm like famished by now. I don't know what's going on with me. I also didn't finish my workout last night. I started feeling sick for some reason. Okay, I got bass now. Not that one. Definitely not that one. Jesus. just hold that one note throughout. It doesn't feel good, but it sounds good. Put like a higher one. Maybe strings? Oh, nice, Leanna. Appreciate you. Leanna, did you have breakfast yet? There it is. There it is. Boo 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 boo. I'm trying to get it like half a decent angle. Boop bop bee bop. Boop bop bee bop. Boop bop boop bop bop. Boop bop bee. So this is a, oh, never mind, it's not real. I thought I had a drum rack, loaded, but I don't. But it's okay, because we can load one really quick. Want to see how to load a drum rack? Oh, I feel like I'm carrying a little baby. Hey, baby. Want to see how to load a drum rack? So this is a sequencer. This little guy is called an Akai Professional Fire. Wait, it says fire somewhere on it. Yeah, it's called an Akai Fire, and it's normally a sequencer. Like, so for example, let me there's a sequencer on the screen right here, right? Let me just give these guys colors really quick. So let the kick will be, uh, I don't know, like a purplish blue, and the clap will be a green, and the hi-hat will be I don't know what that is. And then this, the snare will be yellow. And then this thing will be, actually, you know what, screw this thing. I'm gonna load in a different sample. Um, let's go into Omni drums. That always has some fun stuff in it. Let's just give him a hi-hat there, and then we'll give him a hi-hat there. And then we'll put him in here. That's our kick. And then, ooh, never mind. We're gonna use that one. No, leave the other one on me. And then for a clap, we're gonna go up here to a different folder called Big Bag DR. And in this folder, we're gonna use. Why do I remember all these things? This is so weird. I'm so sorry for everybody. This doesn't make any sense, maybe. Anyways, this is so this is a sequencer. This is the corresponding sequencer. So you can see the, if I click play, I'm sorry if you already know what a sequencer is, and this is like, you know, baby talk for you. But if I click play, wait, hold on, let me turn off the metronome. If I click play, you can see this little thing going down. And it's just looping the same drum pattern. And you can kind of see the same thing happening here in lights. If you look really closely, you can see like lights going along to correspond. Oops. So I accidentally clicked one of the snares right there. And you can see it corresponds on the screen to where I plugged it in. So if I want like a 4 on the floor, like kick beat, I would go like that. And the 4 blue dots correspond to, you know, these 4 up here. And so you can plug in anything you want, and it'll show up there. Obviously, you don't want it to sound bad though. So that's how you load a drum rack, or a sequencer. A sequencer. This is not a drum rack. It's still a VR only game, says Cyber, talking about the Half-Life in VR. Oh, well, boo. But this was a sequencer, right? That's how you load a sequencer. Whoa! Whoa, sorry. I almost dropped the baby. Anyways, so this is a sequencer. But I'm not going to be using a sequencer. I'm using a drum rack, which is a little bit different. So let's load in a drum rack. Oops. Computer having some issues for a second there. So we're going to replace this with an FPC, which is a drum rack. This is what a drum rack looks like. It comes with some preset things in it, but we're going to make it empty so that we can load our own stuff in there. And I mean, I can change this stuff later, but just for now, I'm just gonna load in some like test sounds. Let's get claps in there first because I love my claps. There's 1 clap, there's 3 clap, there's 2 clap, and no. I'll put that one in there. There's 5 clap. No, that one, I already used that one. Ooh. There, he can go in there, I guess. Oh my god, what did I do? Oh, I combined them. Sorry, hold on, guys. There we go. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. That's actually kind of cool. I'm learning stuff myself. Anyways, and then we want a kick because the kick's where all the juice comes from. I'm gonna use hip hop kick right there. And so there's a little drum rack happening here. Let me put a hi-hat in there really quick. I'm gonna use that one. And so, God, these snares are awful. It says a very picky producer. I want to use one of the Lex Luger snares. And so once that's loaded in there, you just press the drum button, which is right here. And then the buttons, these like little squares will correspond. So like the bottom three is like a kick, a hi-hat, a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare. And the bottom three will correspond: kick, hi-hat, snare. And then if you remember, the top ones were all the different claps. And so what I like to do, just for that lo-fi-esque sound, is you take the kick and you side chain it to the track, yada yada yada. That's a lot of mumbo jumbo. If you do want more in-depth information on how to do that, this is not the stream to learn that. But one in the future perhaps would be the stream to learn that in. I didn't mean for that to sound dismissive. Okay, so we're gonna send everything to 5. I know what I'm doing doesn't really make much sense or look like anything right now, but trust me, it makes sense. We're gonna load all that stuff into 5, and then we're gonna take the kick pattern, kick, kick, kick. Oh, it's gone. Sorry, we're gonna take the kick pattern, kick, 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 and kick's coming into 5. We're gonna move kick to 6. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I know this doesn't make any sense. And then we're going to take 6 and we're going to sidechain it to 5. And then we're going to go over to 5 and we're going to add a limiter to 5. Where's our limiter? And then once we have our limiter, we're going to set the ceiling pretty low. We're going to put it on composition instead of limiting. And we're going to sidechain it to track 1. And we're going to throw the threshold all the way down. And we're going to put the knee a little bit into the positive. And what that's going to do is basically this. So the song plays. And it means every time we hit the kick, the song will kind of like duck under the kick. And so we can make it more extreme. Like that. Play around with that. Sometimes if you put the knee like all the way up real high, it'll sound like this when you hit the kick. Like it really ducks it. Actually, that's... No, that's way too much. So now what we do is we take the whole song. Hold on. We do some quick levels. And then we take the whole thing and we consolidate it from selection start, which means it's going to take all these tracks that I just recorded separately and make them one track altogether, which is up here. We're going to drag this over to the side and we'll play it just to make sure it sounds okay. Marvelous. Okay, turn on our metronome. Oh, you know what's really funny too? What's really funny? But I'll do it later. So hear how that's playing right now at a really low frequency? Well, there's only 10 minutes left of this stream. I gotta hurry up. Ooh, I do like that. So what I would do, just for fun sometimes, is play it at different keys. Obviously, that's really low. You can play it really high. So anywho, what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a new track all by itself, and we're going to have this... Oh, wait a second. That's not a new track. What did you do? No, get up here. We're going to put it on track number 16. And then we're going to go to track number 16, and we're going to call that track, Bee-Boo. And then we're going to take Bee-Boo and we're going to put a picture on it, which is usually made for, it's usually for auto-tuning things, but I'm going to show you why I'm adding that in a second. Firstly, let's record some quick drums that are going to go over it with the metronome, of course. Starting from here, and then we'll put a drum thing in here. And we're going to set the click to none, and we're going to make sure we actually have the drum rack selected because we don't want another hiccup. Boop, boop, tap. And we're going to record some drums really quickly. And that didn't record at all for whatever reason. Hold on. Maybe that's for the best. Oh, it wasn't. I didn't click this button. See, this button means recording. This is more so for myself than for you guys. Also, I had audio checked when I should have notes checked because right now I'm recording MIDI. Let's give it one more go. Okay, so that time it actually did record. Now we're going to take away the metronome and we're going to replace the metronome. So we're not getting rid of it altogether. We're just replacing the metronome with a hi-hat. So do you remember the sequencer? So we're going to go back to the sequencing mode and we're going to click on some hi-hats to replace the metronome. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how that's going to sound. And we're going to turn it down. And now we're gonna play it. So if you listen really closely, I'm gonna mute the drums really quick. If you listen to this little guy here, it's actually getting like distorted because of the picture. Yeah, that's fine. You can do whatever you want, Easy Door. Knock yeself out. So the picture, basically what the picture is trying to do is it's trying to auto-tune the entire song, which is very hard to do because there's a lot of different notes happening. And so how it consolidates that is by making it sound really distorted by trying to go to several notes at the same time, which you can hear right there. Like if you listen to it without the picture, it sounds like if we mute the picture, it sounds like this. Specifically that note. And then if we turn the pitcher on, it sounds like this instead. And so we leave that on to get that weird little vinyl distortion sound. Let's open up the drum rig. And that's what that sounds like. And I won't delete this. At least I'll try not to, Easy Door. I'll try to put this somewhere safe. And then, of course, once I have this, because a lot of people were asking about this because of Lush Dream. Because once I have this, wow, that is one very long note. Once I have this, I can do whatever I want with it, right? So we've seen what it sounds like with tape, you know, that weird tape distortion. But if we make a unique one over here, and then we put it on a new track, which is 22, and then we put a bunch of reverb on it, and we turn the dry down a little bit. We turn the, oops. Where did it go? I have to find it again. It was in 22. So we go over to 22, we put on reverb, and we turn the dry down, we turn the wet way up, we turn the stereo separation up, and then we turn the delay up a little bit, and then we cut the low end off, and then we play that, it sounds like this. Which is essentially where a lot of my Ego Death sounding stuff came from. It was taking samples, but I was even going one step further, which was playing them backwards, and that's where a lot of that ambient, atmospheric stuff came from in Ego Death. Sound like that. And then something that I would mess with more, and I would put this on before the reverb, is I would add, where is he? Where's my baby? Is it fast distortion? Oh, it was hardcore. I'll go to hardcore, which is like a guitar pedal emulator, and I would turn off everything except for the distortion. And then I would make sure that it's way down low. And what I would do is I would slowly bring it in. I would create an automation clip where I slowly bring it in over time. And this might sound familiar if you've heard the end of the song Blessing. I have a distortion pedal in here, and then what I do is I gradually increase it over time, so it has that kind of creeping feel, but I leave the reverb on. Anyways, I feel like there is, I guess I'll save this. Easy Door, give me a quick name. Give me a name to save it under. Because you're going to have to be the one that's going to remember this, because I'm not. It's only under Pershing right now because it used to be called Pershing, but I'm not going to keep that. Look at these freaking names. See, this is why I can't remember anything. Freaking Cat Moot, Bongo Beat, Ambi, Champagne Sunset still is a thing. City Pop. Cyber says Bee Boo. Word up.
You know what's funny about Bebo? That's what me and my ex used to. Well, that's what she used to call me. She used to call me Bebo. She trashed though, so we won't get into that. But this is now a finished, I don't know, idea. And so what I would do a lot of the time is I would take a whole song, like basically build a song, because people are like, I really want samples. Omni, how can you make like a good beat without the right sample? Like you have to get and flip the right sample, and I agree with that. Sometimes stuff sounds nice if it's sampled. Some could argue that things sound better when they're sampled, when you sample an entire song. But I said to myself, I make entire songs all the time, so I'll just make an entire song and then I'll sample it. So obviously this, I had a time constraint, so I couldn't make an entire song and sample it. I could make a quick loop and then sample that. But as you can see, you can still get pretty rich sounds from it. And this would just be one track, right? This would just be one track on the project, and then I would add a bunch of drums, and I would add a lot of stuff under it, and then people would point out a project and says, well, where does this sound come from? And I would say, well, I recorded an entire arrangement on this keyboard, and then I took it and I sampled that, and then I turned it in reverse, and then I added a reverb to it and distortion to it to get that sound. And so it's all still organically made. Organic. It's all still organically made, but it just is more condensed. Like the tracks are more condensed. A good example of that, and I'll do this and then I'll end the stream, I promise. But a good example of that is, let me find something from Ego Death. Um, a good example of that would be, I mean, Blessing is a really good example of that, but you know what? Screw it. I'll just do Blessing. Oh, I have actually a really good idea. I'll do Blessing and then I'll show you something else that's kind of important. Kind of. Really gluten-free stuff. You're absolutely right, Max. You're absolutely right. So this is going to take a second to open because there's a lot of stuff in it, but if you look at the composition of this track, it's dense. Sure. This is with everything minimized. And it's dense, sure, but when you really look at what's happening, in the beginning it's kind of just a big string arrangement. And this is an ambient pad arrangement. I'll play it really quick, just for a second. So like that's going on, but these chords are the same chords that the strings play right here. And then if you look at the very end of Blessing, the same exact chords are happening right here. These are the same chords. Let me play them without anything on them really quick, just so you understand the context. Just remember it was on 17. So this is what it sounds like normally. Which is like pretty spacey. I did a little bit of sound design on there with like envelopes and stuff like that, but it's still sent to track 17, or at least that's what I remember sending it to. And then if we go to track 17, on 17 there's like a bunch of reverb, there's a bunch of delay, there's that hardcore distortion pedal that I was showing you guys earlier, so then it ends up sounding like this. Now, there are a lot of different ways you can achieve that sound. I like it when stuff sounds musical, but you can't really tell what notes are being played all the time. Like, it sounds musical, but it doesn't sound melodic. And I think that if you start with notes, you can achieve that beautiful sound, right? Like, if you have three chords, three pretty chords, cool. And then no matter what you do to them from that point on, whether you're distorting them or putting reverb on them or playing them reverse or chopping them up, you're still going to have that beautiful sound, even though you bury it under a bunch of
processing, basically. And the reason why I need other people to remember these tracks is because I have. Here's my workstation. Everybody that uses FL Studio know that there's a folder that comes with it called My Projects. Within my project, I have every single track that I've produced and written for Two Tone Disco, released and unreleased. I have the Shoujo EP in there. There's Works in Progress in there. I don't know why Automatica is still in there since that one came out. But it's a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of, and that's just the Two Tone Disco folder. And then I have all the scores that I've done for animations. And then I don't know why I have just a folder for bass drums. Ignore that. But then I have beats, which is what I just saved that Beboo thing inside of. See, there he is in there. Beboo. And then I have all of the chiptune stuff that I was making. And then I have covers. This is just some of the freaking Kanye jazz. There's Owl City's in there. This is a game score that I'm working on that I'm not going to open for NDA reasons. This is like hardcore, all of the projects that I made with that distortion pedal. This is Lambo Crasher, a trap and hip-hop side project that I was running for a long time. And then all of that is right before I get to Omni Boy folder. Like, that's all before, like, outside of Omni. And then if I open up the Omni Boy folder, I have an album called Arizona that didn't really come out. I have collaborations that are in the works and released and unreleased. I have Daydream, Ego Death, Live Sets, Live Tools, Lost Polaroids, Love Dream, Lust Dream, Nice Dream, Night Dream, Piano Collections, Pizza Box, Quick Breath, Rare Candy, Remixes. This folder alone, just the remix folder, has folders inside of it. And then, oh my god, there's, and close remixes, there's Scraps, which is kind of like my Works in Progress, except I have another folder down here called Works in Progress, and I have videos. These are just music that I've done for videos. There's Valley Dream, that never got released. These are videos that I make for Twitter. There's a folder just for those. There's Tokyo. That was all the stuff that I made while I was in Tokyo. There's Toki Doki Island, which is an album that didn't get to come out. There's Tall Tales. There's Sweet Dream, which is another album that never came out. There's Speed Dream, and inside of Speed Dream, there's Speed Dream Season 1 that's out. There's Speed Dream Season 3. There's Speed Dream Season 2. There's all this stuff that still isn't released, and so when I save something in here, I usually don't even remember what the heck it's called. Half the time I don't remember what it's called, and if I'm being honest, sometimes I'll just lose songs. Sometimes people say, yo, what's that, where's that one song? You put it up on Instagram like 5 weeks ago? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what it was called. I don't even know what it was named in here. Because if you open up, I mean, I showed you, sometimes they're just keyboard smashes. I just name songs like a keyboard smash. I'll just slap the keyboard 3 times and then click save. I don't know how to find those songs again. And so, Easy Door, that's why yesterday I deleted that track. It's because, like, at this point, I don't know how to keep up with all this stuff. Wow, these crows are aggressive. Okay, guys, we have gone 10 minutes over, but I did start the stream late, so I want to apologize to everybody for that, and this me going over is kind of supposed to be making up for that. But yeah, that's why I forget songs. There's just too many here, and piano, and then that's not even to say the stuff that, like, isn't recorded. That's just the stuff that's recorded. Is there a recent file menu? Yes, there is a recent file menu. Yes, but it only saves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It only remembers your most 10 recent projects. And if you produce in the manner that I do, that's useless. Because I never really just work on one song at a time. Usually I'll have a song open, and then when I feel like I'm hitting a roadblock with that one, I'll close it and I'll open up an old track, and then I'll close that and I'll open up like 3 more tracks from the game score, and I'll work on that for a while. So usually the recents isn't enough. It's not enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and play Hush Dream. Hush Dream. See? And this is what happens. I have so many songs that I'll like fuse a lot of them together. Like I always say Quick Dream when I'm talking about Quick Breath. So I'm gonna play Hush Hour really quick to end this thing. But before I do that, let me go over the news. 'Cause I have 2 new albums out. You guys saw them in that list of albums. Quick Breath and Ego Death. You guys already know about it. They're available on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. Listen to them if you ever get a chance. I am playing a show on December 4th here in Los Angeles. I'm also going to be releasing some merch next winter. This winter, really. What else is there? I stream here every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
unless I'm doing something else, in which case I'll be here at 9:30 a.m. like I was today. Thank you, DeSoto. You're so nice. Oh, and goodbye, DeSoto. DeSoto's leaving before Hush Hour. And this is Hush Hour, everybody. I needed a short song to end the streams with. I wasn't going to take up a lot of time, but give the stream some sense of routine. So I'm using Hush Hour. I hope that's okay. Go ahead, Easygoer, with your question. There's still time. AB5? What's AB5? I don't know what that is, Isidora. Well, people are coming really late. Hello, Alice. I just read it and I didn't know what it is. For musicians in California. Oh, I've never heard of it, AB5. Maybe I'm not a real musician. Hello, Desirect. Well, now I have to start all over. Yeah, I don't know what that is, AB5. I can look into it if you want. I'm okay, Desirect. Finally, thank you everybody for being so respectful to me and polite to each other. I hope today's stream was informative. Honestly, I don't like doing production streams on YouTube, but if I do the stream for a whole hour here, it gets too hot. My phone gets too hot, so I kind of have to. So I hope that people were able to gather any type of information from that. But yeah, again, thank you everybody for being respectful of me and polite to each other. We didn't have any mean people on the stream today, and that is always appreciated. I will see you guys here tomorrow morning, which is Friday, the last stream of the week, at 9 a.m. Abo, everyone.